Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Life is Strange Double Exposure, where we saw a double of Max last time. Um, See if it just lets me hop in. So I can pause the music at least. Okay, let me pause it. Perfect, perfect. Okay. So last time we saw a double of Max. Moses was freaked out because he thinks we killed Safi, which I guess technically we did. It was Max, but it just wasn't us as Max. So yeah, I'm honestly, I think this chapter could go a billion different ways, and that kind of has me intrigued about like what they're gonna roll with, because it could be a case where like Moses comes back to us really soon and is like, hey, I freaked out earlier, but please explain to me what's going on. It could also be a case where like we're fucking arrested immediately, and then we have to switch to the other timeline in order to avoid the consequences of being in prison. You know? We could also like I tossed out the idea last time of like Chloe could come back in the fold because maybe she is the only one who would just automatically believe Max of like, hey, there's weird power shit going on. Um, Meanwhile, there's still like all these like different things like because I know they're gonna explore more about like the doubles doing crazy fucking things that our characters wouldn't have done, and that's gonna I think gonna get more heightened this time around because obviously we had Max shoot Safi, we had Gwen ruin Savi's book deal, we've had someone throw a cow skull through her windshield, all sorts of other Lucas saying fucked up things to his son, all sorts of double things that I think are going on. Some of which I might not have even picked up on yet, because the cow skull in particular, I'm still just like, yeah, who did that? Was it maybe alternate Abraxas kids? Is that the angle they're going for? I'm not. Maybe maybe that's what's implied, but I never got confirmation, at least in my head, of like that it was who did that. You know, maybe it was evil Amanda. I don't know, but I imagine someone, maybe Diamond, maybe Amanda, maybe someone else that we're not expecting is going to do something really messed up this time around, and they're going to toss that in. Plus, I imagine by the end of the chapter, there's going to be some new wrinkle to the powers, because like Life is Strange has done that before, and I imagine they might do it again here, where there's just going to be some new alternate wrinkle that like really throws things for a wrench. So we'll see. Again, I don't know if Chloe does show up in this game, but I feel like people would riot if she didn't. And I haven't seen riots per se going on. So I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I imagine she might show up at the end of this chapter, because I thought she might show up at the end of last chapter, but that didn't happen. So I feel like she's going to show up at some point, though. Again, I don't know anything about what's going on next. The only thing I knew going into the game was that Safi would die. And that's just because I think they literally says that in the Steam description, which, yeah, spoiler, thanks Steam, or anywhere else that has talked about the game. But yeah, Safi dying was not well hidden in the lead up to the game, and I did get spoiled on that. But that's the only thing I really knew. And I of course heard some rumors about stuff like, oh, the journal looks bad, which yeah, that was true. And oh, why would Chloe act like that in the journal that in the past that they talked about? That doesn't seem like Chloe, and I kind of agree, but that seems like really small scale spoilers, you know. So if that's all I found out, then that's like I think I escaped the brunt of it. Because I didn't find out that Max shot Safi or anything big and crazy. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in Chapter 3. Hey guys, I'd just like to ask if you could like and subscribe and comment on the video with any thoughts you might have had, because it goes a long way towards helping support my channel. Thank you. See, I do wonder how quickly it'll be till Max and Moses reconnect. So I think it'll happen. I don't think he's gonna stay gone, but it might take the full chapter to do it, or it might happen really quickly. I don't know which. The thing is, she hasn't been arrested yet, so I take it he didn't go to the authorities. Actually, let me see if I can check my phone. New messages. Okay, so that's the last thing. Actually, I never did... Oh, shit. Something I never checked, which I should check as soon as I have the chance, is the other timeline. I never checked if the things with Chloe were different. I really should check that. Art department is amazing. But what they refer to as taste, just an excuse to turn ours considered low and highbrow. Shut up, then. Oh wait, Kim's that girl who's around like 5. I will still be so fucking thrown for a loop if that turned out to be intentional, but I think it wasn't. I think it's just game design fuck-ups. Is she in the other timeline? Because this seems very, normal for him.
I get where Diamond's coming from.
Okay, no, so this is the
this must
dead
be terrifying
timeline
for students.
Yeah. But also there's the idea of, like, where is the other Max? Did she just, like, appear and then disappear? Or is it a case of, like, she's been hiding out somewhere? And we're gonna run into her, maybe. Are we gonna have Max v. Max fist fight? Okay, Snapping Turtle's still open. Okay. And then, let's check our notes. Max has a gun. Hey, that's me! Has to be a better explanation, right? Well, yeah, of course. Oh, hold on. Max has a gun. He thinks I killed Safi. To be fair, you were holding the gun. I don't know, Max. You tell me. It would be funny if the detective was just waiting for us, because it's like, yeah,
This makes about as much sense as it did last night. Let's take a look at the evidence for the cajillionth time. I've gotta be missing something.
There's an extra Max out there. Come on, Max. I put it together.
No matter what that photo of me suggests, there's no way I shot Safi. Moses, when this is all over, I'll play as many games of Mana Massive as you want.
Does he really want to play with you, though?
I read the beginning. It's annoyingly good.
Is it?
Unfortunately, Lucas didn't include an evidence that I killed Safi chapter.
I don't think Lucas did it.
Why on earth did Gwen
Clearly
cancel
Max did it.
Safi's book deal? Didn't she help her to get it in the first place? Before Safi died, Gwen got her book canceled, and I still don't know why. But that doesn't mean she killed Safi.
Yeah, I mean...
Plus, Dead World Gwen seems genuinely torn up over her death. Yeah, the Gwen theory has some holes. Whoever did this had to go to so much trouble. Vin definitely knows more about the cow skull than he's letting on. Plus, there was that photo of him and Safi canoodling. But
Canoodling?
what does that even
God
mean?
damn it.
Restraining Order Lucas said Safi once threatened to turn his son against him. That certainly implies some bad blood in their past.
Yeah.
But that Lucas was scared of Safi, not out for revenge. None of this is conclusive enough. Is that me? Did I go back in time and do that? It doesn't make any sense.
So why doesn't Max have her old
Never
powers, though?
hurt
Why did those
Safi.
just disappear?
Not on purpose.
Because again,
That isn't me.
I guess it's their game, they can make the rules, but it feels very unsatisfying to me to have her powers tied to the storm and preventing Chloe's death and whatever else happened in the game. It's cool that she got powers, but I don't think it's like... Even even if you do have it be tied into her choices and stuff like that, it's so fucked up that for them to be like, oh yeah, you were destined to let Chloe die. Then why give her the powers in the first place if that's like your intended fate or whatever? Like that's just, why would you throw that at a high school girl? Whatever power gave her the powers, whatever higher power decided that. That's just, there's no point to it. It's not even like a test. It's just causing pain for no reason. It's like, even if you do think it was all like a destined and fated, then like it's fucked up. Anyway.
It can't be. Maybe if I go object by object, an answer will jump out at me?
I also love that, like,
I have to prove that wasn't me.
it does kind of look like a Photoshop, though. Refilled a coffee, I guess.
Coffee is friend. Get coffee now.
Oh, sure. Looks like an album cover.
No matter how much I stare at you, you refuse to make sense. Moses?
Hide the photo. Max, hide the photo! Max, hide the photo! What are you doing?
Hello, Miss Caulfield.
Oh.
I was just saying, hide the photo. And now the detective's at your door. You didn't hide the photo, Max. You didn't hide the photo.
Fuck.
Can I come in?
The photo. If he sees that.
Yeah. Well, now you're making it very
I have
clear
some
you're trying to...
questions for you.
Okay. Get out.
Hey, what the fuck, man? You can't just barge in here.
But who's barging? I'm just paying a visit to Caledon University's artist in residence. Can a guy appreciate high art? There are just a few details I'm struggling
Get the
to make
photo!
sense of.
Why'd you not pick it up? I don't care if he saw you pick it up. Just pick it up.
Go ahead.
I don't care if you grab it and shove it in a drawer or whatever. That's still
high
less
school,
conspicuous
right?
than having it on the fucking counter. In plain
Beautiful
view.
town with a surprisingly violent story to tell.
Uh-huh.
Not unlike
Arcadia Bay and Safi are not connected.
a whole town wiped out by a freak storm.
Yep. That's
do you
what
think, Miss
happened.
Caulfield? Are you the one who's unlucky?
Okay.
Or is it just everyone who ever meets you?
What kind of detective work is this? What the fuck? He's just over here like, you think you caused the storm, Max? Yeah, sure, man. That's how it works. Sure. Yeah, I caused it. Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Arcadia Bay has nothing to do with Safi.
Ooh, there it is. Touched a nerve? I knew I'd find one if I kept poking around.
I mean, she's kind of been mad at you since you came in.
Detective, I'm not answering any more of his questions.
What the fuck happened to the telescope, Maxine?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Someone was in the office with me. I could hear them. I saw Moses in the hallway, but I didn't see you. All right, enough.
What does he think is okay? Like, rationally, if you were in his shoes, like, and you were in that lab and you just miraculously saw a telescope appear, why would you go and, like, blame someone, especially when you never even saw them in there? Like, it just seems like that's such a weird leap in his shoes, you know? Like,
Getting anywhere. This case has been abnormal from the beginning.
yes!
None of the evidence makes any sense.
Yeah, that's
Is
very
that
true.
something we can agree on?
But I know why now.
What? He sounds
Somehow.
insane!
All this death leads to you.
He sounds so insane right now. Oh.
He saw it. He saw the photo. Stupid Max. Stupid.
You know, what if that was a different detective? Well, no,
The
it
hell
couldn't
do
be,
I
because
do
he saw
now?
the stuff in the lab, and it's just so...
None of this makes any sense. What happened?
Between Max not putting the photo away when she heard knocks at the door, let alone not doing it at any time before that point where he saw it, and the way that he was acting, I don't know if it's like bad writing per se, but I'm just infuriated at everything that happened. It's not bad writing, it's just the characters being, on one hand, stupid, and on the other hand, nonsensical. Like, he was acting insane, and she was being very dumb.
Happened that night? Why the fuck am I in this picture?
Which, I get that she's super distressed, but
The old me would have just...
like, I can't imagine any timeline in my life where like, if I were in this situation where I'd be like, this photo cannot see the light of day. This thing has to be burned. This has to be gone. I need to forget this exists even. But Max is just like, I'll just leave it on my kitchen counter. When I let the detective in. Even if it had been Moses or Amanda or anyone else, you wouldn't want them to see the picture, or in Moses' case, remind them of the picture.
Jumped back in time to the moment this photo was taken.
Yeah. You gonna try it? I think your powers are
Maybe.
different now.
Maybe I still could?
Just gonna cause the other Max to leap out of the photo or something. Also, you should probably lock your door. I don't know if you did or not. You know what just popped into my mind? You guys know that one SpongeBob episode where the giant clam is super upset and crying in the town, and Patrick is looking for the culprit, but then the police come and they arrest Patrick, and he's just over here like, I didn't even know it was... What was the exact line? I had to look that up. But that's Max's situation with this fucking photo. Patrick didn't know it was me. Something. Hold on. Patrick clam episode. Not the... No, not Rockabye Bye Bob. That's the one where they take care of the baby. I need, Patrick. Not Rockabye Bye. What's the other one called? I don't remember what the name of the other episode was. No, not the one where they're on the boat and it's basically Jaws. Peanut. Add that one in. It should... The smoking peanut. Okay. Hold on. Gotta find the quote. It's gotta be here somewhere. Sure, the transcript. That'll work. Where is it? You can scroll down a bit. Hold on. Let's book him. And then they put the cuffs on Patrick. Wow, you guys are good. I'm the last person I would have suspected, but I was looking for me the whole time. It's the perfect crime. That's just basically Max. Yeah. Tell it to the judge, Pinky. Oh, we're doing this again? I didn't think she'd have her powers back. Okay. Are we lining ourselves up, or... We're making two. Nope, okay, I guess we're just lining it up. Okay, that works. So her powers do work? Was it a fucking prop? Was it a fucking prop that they took the picture of? Which, yeah, it does raise the question of why did Safi just take a picture of that and not be like, Max, that's a gun. You know.
That's what it feels like to capture the perfect photo.
This feels so much worse, though. This feels so much less satisfying that it wasn't like an alternate Max that shot her. You know? They were just getting a photo.
Feels good. Final.
Safi.
It's here too.
What?
But there wasn't a storm the day Safi died.
This is... What?
Maybe we are cursed. You, me, and Maya?
And Maya... Okay. So Maya was her friend
How did we get
that
here?
supposedly committed suicide.
What happened?
Stop stalling, Max.
I don't understand. What do you want from me?
Pull the trigger.
This is... I don't know how they're going to make this make sense, you know? Because, of course, the storm wasn't there. That's a big fucking sign. But also, like, if Safi thinks this Max is the one from, that was on the roof and saw the stars with her and Moses, then how the fuck did they get here in so little time? So, I think my guess... Actually, I think my guess is that we've been seeing, like, doubles of people, right? So what if the Safi that died here, what if the Safi that got shot wasn't the Safi that we've been with throughout Chapter 1? What if the Safi that died was the double? And the real... I don't know where the real Safi is, but, you know, but I think that could be the case. That's the only way, the way she's acting makes sense, because obviously there's much more going on with Maya, but, like, the way Safi's acting, the fact that there's a storm here, I don't get it. And I don't think I'm supposed to yet, but it's also like, man, what the fuck are they even trying to do? How long was Max out? And did she just leave the photo on there again? Which I guess is a bit more reasonable this time, because you were passed out, but still.
No, that wasn't enough time.
Also, all things considered, we've seen Max have nosebleeds a fair amount of times, and I know that is like just kind of a really weird kink for some people, you know? Like I know people who would have like a sort of like aesthetic appeal to like seeing people with like nosebleeds and like bloody noses that and bruises, that kind of thing. It's like that was just like an aesthetic appeal. And it's definitely not for me, but like because I know that exists, I realized, oh, Max has actually had a few of those. I wonder if I hope this doesn't end up leading to someone down a weird direction in their lives. Are you trying again? Why?
Come on.
So what's causing
If I can
the nosebleed
just...
actually?
Fuck.
You think if she tries hard enough, it just like squirts out like a spray gun? Any new things besides Vin? Nobody in the entire house but me. Well, that's how most people are. I wonder if like these. I just thought about something. What if like the social media posts are also like more than one person? Like maybe what if Reggie is not only Reggie posting this, but also like the double version of Reggie? I don't know what to trust anymore. I don't know what to trust when I do anything.
Moses, you were right. I don't know how.
To be fair though,
But
Max
you were.
didn't murder her in the
I
sense
have
of
to
like
tell
it was a premeditated, I am going to kill you. It's like
Everything.
Safi wanted her to shoot her, apparently. Which again, it might not even be the same Safi. I don't know, but I think regardless, there's much more going on with Safi's past when it concerns Maya than we know yet. Did we come back up here? Why? I'll give you an explanation, or as much as one as I have. Maybe at the Overlook. Really, Max? There? I know it doesn't make sense. I'll do my best, please. Oh, okay. Well, at least they're talking. So I'm curious of how she's going to like prove
Moses
it,
is
though.
waiting for me up there. Hopefully.
Candy. Also,
This
where's the
looks a lot
fucking
like
top?
Sophie's favorite candy, but hers is called Sour Cats, not Heartstoppers.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, I can't switch right this sec. Can I? Is there any way to go back, or is that just gonna? Okay, I just want to see if there's anything over here. Okay, yeah, I just want to switch and see if anything's going on over here that's new. Okay, so Gwen has a new post. Safi, of course, is alive here and posting. Chloe, oh my god. Compare hand size. Okay, Chloe has a hand kink. Okay. Hand holding and dancing equals grinding. Oh. Who the fuck's Echo? Who the fuck is Kami? Man, Chloe, you should be doing that with Max. Tegan Thomas Solomon. Cool. You should not be allowed to drive U-Hauls. Damn. You might move in with someone you barely... Damn, okay. Throwing actual jabs. My god, Taylor. I'll find you. Maybe I'll flip you upside down. Did I do that? I don't remember if I was the one that did that to her. Alright, I guess I got what I wanted. I'll head back and... I love how they just... It'd be enough if they just left the little dead label at the top, but they also just, like, make it so much drearier every fucking time. Like, this world doesn't have any bright days or any good times. There's no good vibes to be had. Okay, well, they put one in my way anyway. Oh, shit, I just remembered, I need to check. I need to check if Chloe's any different. Let me do that. Let me do that. Wait, what? There's new things already? Oh, okay. So Reggie's gonna barely pass. Got it. Why am I following all these people? Why do I get them in my feed? So Loretta's getting on to disappearing owls? Okay. Alright. What I want to do is Chloe. Okay, so this is the same messages about that. Does she have different text messages? Seems the same, okay. Well, that's sad. Not sad, I guess, but just like, man, I thought I was onto something by checking, see if things were different. Maybe there is something super deep, but I'm not gonna go investigate every fucking message all over again.
This is where the police tape was yesterday. Did the cops take it down on Alderman's order?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, is why would you agree to go up here and then...
Yet. Let's give him a few minutes. Maybe wait on the bench.
Why'd you agree to... Oh, new message from Yasmin? Okay. Yeah, let's take a picture of that.
I know Safi would have something poetic to say about this. If only.
Let's go with that. Good enough. I don't think she posted it, at least.
Might as well gather my thoughts before Moses gets here.
Alright. Under My Skin by New Dad. New Dad? Hi, Dad. Yeah, not gonna lie, everything that's happened in the beginning of this chapter has not made things remotely clearer to me. Outside of maybe the implication that maybe the cow skull really was by Vin and the Abraxas kids. Except a different version than maybe. That's the only thing that might have been cleared up for me. Everything else, I'm just like, oh, alright, this just made things more confusing.
What if he doesn't come?
Well, he said he would.
I couldn't blame him. I killed his best friend.
But not in another life, and that's what
does
matters.
That say about me? That any version of me, could do something like that?
My question is, how is Maya connected, of course, and also, why would Safi want her to pull the trigger? Does Safi know more about what's going on, about, like, the powers and stuff? Maybe, for all we know, maybe she has some past with history of her hometown and just having powers, and who knows, but, like, I don't know, it feels like the only reason, there's a lot to explain, I think, and a lot to speculate on, but I hope they give satisfying answers, but I feel like there's a lot of very untethered questions that don't come together well.
Not coming.
Well, he'll probably come as soon as I leave the thing. Oh, hey.
Diamond knows where I am and who I'm meeting. So don't do anything stupid.
So
I deserved that.
You
How are
want
we
us to talk? So talk.
how are we going to prove to
Tell me
him?
the truth.
Are we going to talk about Arcadia Bay, though, is the question.
Tell me why you did it.
You were right. I shot Safi. But I can't tell you why, because I don't know the answer myself.
No reason you could give would be good enough.
Moses, wait! I asked you to come here so I could show you proof. Something is weird about this place. Look. These flowers. What are the odds they bloom in the middle of winter? Exactly in the shape of Safi's body?
That is pretty weird. I don't know what it has
5
to do
minutes
with
and
anything.
leave.
Okay. So, what if I told you there's this other timeline where Safi is alive and I can travel between this timeline
Max
and that
sounds like she's on some hardcore drugs.
I know that it sounds insane. But I can show you. I'll hop from this timeline to the other. You'll see me poof.
That
disappear.
hasn't been what's happened so far.
To some magical fantasy world where you didn't kill Safi, right?
It's not a fantasy world. It's connected to this one. If I try to, I can even see the other one from here.
Wait. You can see across them?
Why is that what
So
you...
if you disappear or whatever, and I do something while you're gone,
I can tell you what it was when I come back. And then you'll believe me?
How, I don't think that's how
Yes,
the
though.
powers work with you disappearing.
Okay, deal.
I don't... Does she disappear? I didn't think
All
that
right.
was the...
There's a chance Moses will believe me.
Okay, so
First,
go
I
over
gotta
to
hop
this.
over to the other timeline.
Because this feels so much
Now
less...
see what Moses is up to on the other side.
Okay, so I use the...
Shit. I think Moses is too stunned to
Did
do
I disappear?
anything. Let me jump back over to make sure I didn't break him.
Alright. Hold on, I saw, like, messages... By any chance you know what happened to my telescope? Carlo, maybe? We're really gonna throw her under the bus, so, like, maybe it was the prank? The fuck is that light? Hold on, I need to see what that is. Who is this?
I shouldn't leave yet.
But what is that? Oh, maybe it's Archway. What the fuck? Okay, maybe it's just showing this. Oh, I think there was more social media stuff I didn't look at.
Max?
So I do disappear in
Holy
front of
shit.
people and just no one
Holy shit.
noticed?
Holy shit!
I'm sorry if I upset you.
Upset me? Are you kidding? You did something physics says should be impossible. Is impossible.
So you...
So, I think if I were in the obviously it's a very specific situation, but like, I would explain from the beginning my experience of like how I got to what I've seen and what happened from her perspective. But games never do that. People never do that in stories, and it always rubbed me the wrong way of like, because I'm always the one where I have a story, I start from the beginning, you know? Or like, for example, I think I mentioned before that I went to concerts recently. I would start with the story of like, all right, on Friday I did this, and this, and this happened with the car issues, and yeah, if I was explaining those car issues. And then on Saturday, this and this happened, it went relatively well. Sunday, it went relatively, and yeah, so on, so on. But Max is just gonna be like, broad strokes, but not like actually put it in order. And that always bugs me when characters, not just in Life is Strange, but in like any game or story, do that, where they just like don't actually explain the sequence of events, you know?
You believe me?
Yes. And no. You disappeared. Max, literally. I completely forgot to do anything.
Okay. Let's try it again.
He seems relatively
Ready when you are.
chill about the whole killed Safi part, though, right now. He's over here doing
Okay.
science. Well, I guess it makes
Let's try this
sense.
again.
It makes sense that most of all people be like, science experiments? Let's try it. You disappeared in front of me. That's crazy. What? The fuck is he doing?
What did I do when you were away?
I have to answer? Okay, she's just doing it.
And then you said...
Psychic Storm.
Machine Angel Psychic Storm.
I feel like this doesn't actually prove as much as you'd think, though.
Yep. That's what I did. Wow. I mean,
Because
Yeah.
there's still like the chance, from his perspective, that she's pulling off some illusion, some, some sleight of hand trick somehow. Like, obviously, it would take a lot of, like, very impressive feats of psychology and of the production, maybe, but, like, it's still not out of the question, I think.
Near as I can tell, Safi's death is where the timelines split. I think her absence is
It's not, though! We've seen them be very different in each one!
the only difference between the two.
No, it's not! It's not, though!
I guess that could be a big enough event to lead to...
I guess if you want to think of it as, like, that's the big event, yeah, absolutely. But, like, only difference? No. Not from what I can tell.
Safi's alive over there, huh?
She is. And
Yeah, start from the beginning, Max. Tell her from the beginning. Tell him from the beginning, Max, please.
Oh, that would be a lie.
you're right.
But she's alive and well.
When you see her again, can you give her something for me?
Oh, okay.
The bottle cap. How did you?
Safi slipped it back to me that night.
Damn.
Found it in my equipment.
She still owes me answers.
You give that to her, tell her stay safe, Max.
Aw, man.
Make her swear to it.
Now they're hitting me with the fuels.
I will. Promise.
Did we even see Safi in chapter? Oh no, we did at the very beginning with the snapping turtle. We didn't see her after that though, did we? Kind of weird considering that
But I think she's going to need her
in the
help.
dead.
What do you mean?
Explain from the beginning, Max. Please, please, please explain
When I was a
everything.
teenager.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's what I wanted.
Rewind time. Just raise my hand and undo everything that had just been done.
Okay.
Thank you for actually explaining it.
And if I had a photo, I could go back even farther.
Wait. Could.
Oh.
Past tense?
Okay, you're assuming a bit much there, Moses, but I don't like either of these answers, because I think it kind of did work out a lot of times. Like, yeah, the storm happened, but there's no possible way to prevent the storm. I think I don't remember, was the big difference in you sacrificing Chloe? Was it not that the storm, didn't happen, or was it that you didn't save people? Because if the storm is, like, stopped by Chloe dying, then that's just kind of fucked up. And I just don't like that universe, that it exists that way. That's just such a weird way to do it, you know? Also, by the way, it seems like there wasn't a timeline split from that, you know? Like, it doesn't split from Arcadia Bay with these timelines. Because it seems like Chloe's alive in both this and the other one. I'll go with it never worked how I'd hoped.
I know it sounds like it must have been amazing. But Moses, the things I
Again,
caused
quit
to
blaming yourself.
Just having a power doesn't necessarily give you mastery over it.
I think Max did about as well as she ever possibly could with it, though, to be
Point
fair.
is, I stopped using it, and now it barely works.
I thought it was the other way around.
But
Like, it stopped working, so you stopped using it.
with a gun. You're saying that could be the future you? Even though you can't do that anymore?
This morning I tried rewinding into that photo. It felt like trying to flex an atrophied muscle. Nothing made sense. But I was there, in the past. Safi mentioned Maya, and oh God, the storm.
Max?
Yeah, I don't get why the storm was there still. Also,
Look,
Max has a owl
there's
pin.
a timeline where, for some reason,
But of course,
I
you've seen the
shot
owl
Sophie.
plenty.
This one. And there's a timeline where I didn't. I feel like, intentionally or not, these two worlds exist because of a decision I'm going to have to make.
But also, just to be clear, so if that was Max from the future going back in time to shoot Safi, that does mean the Max that we were playing as herself did not do it. Just saying, her name is cleared in that sense. But future her, we may have to deal with.
Holy shit.
Moses, I've been here before. When I could rewind, it broke time. People got hurt.
Okay, so it's sort
I
of...
can't let what happened in our...
So the timeline split is a consequence of her going back in time in the future. So she's dealing with future her's problem, I guess. Which I hate when we start getting into stuff like that. Like, it's one thing for present tense Max to go back in time and change things, but when you're dealing with future shit too, it's always like adds a whole other wrinkle of cause and effect of like, oh, we're getting into like Terminator territory or Back to the Future territory or whatever else you want to think of. And just time travel is a very frustrating subject to deal with in stories, I think. Or at least for me. Some of them, because like, I don't want to get too far into the weeds in this, but there's like a lot of different kinds of time travel, different ways of they work. And some of them I'm okay with, some of them I even like, but a lot of them I hate how they work because it just always leads to like looping or paradoxes or just oh no, you erased the future kind of things. Like, just to give example, you have ones like Back to the Future where you go back in the past and hit up your mom and then suddenly you don't exist. It's like, yeah, I don't think that's how time works. I can't imagine that's how time travel would work. You also have the ones where, like, you were destined to do this because that's what happened, and it's all a loop. Like, think Harry Potter and The Prisoner of Azkaban. Sorry if I'm spoiling a lot of stories, by the way, but, like, where Harry thought he saw his dad, but he really just saw himself, and then did that himself because he had to do it because it was just gonna loop. I think, like, actually, the one... I'm gonna get in further into the weeds here. Like, the one time travel style that I really loved, I loved how it worked, was gonna be probably one that you don't expect to hear, I guess. Unless maybe you heard me rant about it in the past. I feel like I ranted about it in the past at some point. Maybe not on the channel, but I've definitely, like, ranted about it on, like, to friends and shit. Okay. This version is going to be good and bad because they set it up really well and then broke their rules and messed it up. So just giving you that heads up of, like, it started out good and then they just changed how it worked and then it was bad. But my favorite, I think, was actually Avengers Endgame. And to be clear, that movie has a host of problems. I don't think it's perfect. I do think it's a pretty decent movie, though. I think it's a really cool movie. It just messed up a lot of stuff for future MCU stuff down the line. Anyway, the way their time travel worked was that you weren't changing the past. You weren't upending history. You couldn't go back and kill baby Hitler and then stop World War II. You know, that kind of thing. What is changed is that you make a new timeline. So you aren't changing your past, you're making a branching point to when you go back to. Like, just in that movie, when the Avengers show up and take the Tesseract away from the Avengers at that point in time, or whatever else they did in the time travel stuff, they didn't change their own past. They can't undo what happened. They can't stop Thanos. but they can bring back the Infinity Stones and bring the people that they lost back. It wasn't that they were changing the past, it's that they were just reviving people. And the way the time travel worked was really cool to me, because you weren't messing anything up. You were just making a split timeline where the consequences of your actions aren't affecting your universe. It's contained. And then you go back to yours and you have the Infinity Stones or whatever you brought with you, the past Gamora, whatever else happened, and things are changed. I think they messed it up though when they brought in, I'm gonna go on a whole tirade about an Endgame for a moment. Just please excuse me that. You're gonna go on a whole tirade, but they messed it up when they brought in the whole Infinity Stones thing where they had to be returned. Because that doesn't make sense to me. Because you can have it either two ways, where the time travel, the stones are in each timeline. Like, you have the stones, then you go back into the other timeline and grab them from that timeline. And then you then have the stones when you return in your timeline. And, that just means you could have gone to endless timelines and gathered more Infinity Stones, have like duplicates of all of them, and just keep going and just do it infinitely. That's one way you could do it. The other way is that the stones would have been sort of a higher power than your time travel and be above it, and then that way when Thanos had them destroyed, you just can't get them back. It's just done with. Either of those made sense, but that's not the route they took. They decided they had to put the stones back, even though either they were already destroyed, or it doesn't matter because it's a different universe, and it doesn't affect you. You don't need to return them. And just the fact that they made that a plot point where they had to return the stones just always just frustrated me, because it ruined the time travel laws that they had set up that were actually pretty decent and made sense. And I feel like I did a bad job explaining the rules, by the way, but if you watch the movies and try and like take notes on how it works, and I feel like the first half of the movie, the time travel, actually was really cool and made sense, and then the second half they ruined it. Still a great movie, but like the time travel, especially on future things like Loki and Multiverse of Madness, stuff like that, it kind of messed up the MCU. It's one of the big reasons that the MCU has been shaky after Endgame ended. Has just been the fact that they messed up their universal rules so badly that like it just kind of ruined everything after. Not the only issue by far, but it is one of the contributing factors. Anyway, I've really gotten off the plot. Let me get back to the fucking game.
Arcadia Bay.
At least
Happened here too.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who this?
Oh shit.
What the fuck is happening? So... Okay, so is this what the ghost, the duplicate versions of them look like? Okay, so that changes things for me, because now we know that they don't look like regular, real people that are actually there, and now look like fucking Luigi's Mansion ghosts.
First look at the crime scene.
Okay, so Moses can see it.
I'll need some further insight into Miss Llewellyn Fayette's mental state. Not to call a shot prematurely.
Okay, but he's talking about Safi's death. So he's not from the other world where Safi lived.
In suicide, I put money on Mr. Moses Murphy, friend of the deceased, being the perp. I need to introduce myself to Mr. Murphy.
He's talking like he hasn't already met you. Like he's...
Alderman from yesterday. An alderman that already happened?
This is getting so much more convoluted. I don't like how it's going.
Really bad.
I think I can still make a
Supposed
good
to act
story.
this way.
Yeah, so time is messing up too.
Was removed from her person post-mortem.
How would you know?
Maybe the camera her mother mentioned.
We need to get the hell out of here.
I fucking knew it.
Huh? What's up, man?
Returning to the scene of the crime? Amateur hour shit.
So, okay, so that explains why there wasn't security here or anything else like that, because they set it up like this. Also, I still don't get why Max picked here, besides, like, just feels cathartic reasons, but, like, if they had met, like, anywhere else, it probably would have been better off for them.
How'd I let a couple of small-time fuck-ups like you get under my skin?
I don't know, man. You seem very frustrated about things.
You're not making any sense.
You want to talk about sense? Nothing about you makes sense.
Well, you're kind of right.
Telescopes don't put themselves together. Evidence doesn't disappear.
Wait, that second sentence is very untrue.
You're going to pay
All of
what you've done.
all of recorded
Maxie.
crime has had that happen.
And I'm here to collect.
Does he see the other alderman? I feel like we're definitely gonna get like a nightmare sequence in Chapter 5, right? What the fuck's about to happen? What the fuck's about to happen? Can they like see each other? What? Oh, dude, why did you do that?
Help me!
How? What do we even do?
Help!
How? What do we even do to help you? What do we even do in this situation? Help Alderman. I know Max is gonna die. Moses, you were doing fucking nothing.
Let go!
Oh man. What? Okay, now he. What the fuck happened to them? Did we just kill him? Oh, well, technically we didn't kill him. Technically we didn't do that. He touched it on his own. Thing. It's gone. Alderman just... As far as I know, no one else in this town has ceased to exist. So... I think I mentioned at the very beginning they were going to throw in, like, new wrinkles. I didn't expect them to throw in, like, 12 new wrinkles. Between Max trying her time travel powers again, between them connecting that this is also time travel, the Ghost Alderman, Moses and her test, and then now Alderman being sucked up into like a fucking Pokemon portal or something. What the fuck is going on? Like, that looks like one of like the Ultra Beasts from Gen 7. Something like that just happened. Or maybe it'd be more of like a Marvel thing where they got sucked up into a portal. I don't know what to even compare it to. He's just gone. He's just gone.
Saved him.
No, you couldn't have.
Is he just gone? Is he dead?
Listen to me, Max. This place ate a man.
Kinky. He's just gone.
Moses, your hair. I told you. There's always a cost.
You're being so doom and gloom about your powers, Max.
It started with Safi. Maybe if we can figure out why she died, maybe we can prevent
He
it.
seems really chill about the
That's what
fact that
I'm
Max
trying to
killed her
do.
right now.
The whole day I've been talking to people and spying on them and taking their stuff.
Hey, Safi mentioned Maya, right? When you rewound?
Yes.
What do you think Maya has to do with all this?
No idea. Maya was before my time. But Gwen Hunter might know more than me. She was Safi's mentor during all that mess.
Yeah.
Gwen. Gotta go talk to Gwen.
Okay. As soon as it, like, actually hops in the game again. Okay. I'm gonna stop here, and I will see you all next time in Life is Strange Double Exposure. Things have gotten a bit crazier than I thought they were going to, Chapter 3 so far. Well, I guess technically this isn't as crazy as the timeline where Max goes to prison. I guess in, like, cosmic sense it is for sure, but man, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. I'll stop here, and I'll see you all next time in Life is Strange Double Exposure. Bye. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and comment and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thank you.